Do you think you know what truly happens behind the scenes of one of Earth's most advanced nations? Do you think you understand how millions of people actually live in one of the planet's most frantic and ultra-technological metropolises? Well, then listen closely, because what you're about to discover about Seoul, about Busan, about all of South Korea will make you completely rethink what you believe you know. South Korea, the country everyone desires, the country almost no one truly understands. South Korea is located in the southern part of the Korean peninsula, bordering North Korea to the north, separated by one of the most fortified and surreal borders on the planet, the demilitarized zone known as the DMZ. To the east, it faces the Yellow Sea, and to the south and west, the East China Sea. Geographically, it is a compact nation of just over 100,000 square kilometers, with a population of over 50 million people. Shocking fact number 1: the obsessive value of beauty and cosmetic surgery as a cultural norm. In South Korea, cosmetic surgery is not a marginal choice reserved for celebrities. It is a cultural norm as common as getting your morning coffee in the West. Recent studies reveal that more than 60% of Korean women between the ages of 20 and 40 have undergone at least one cosmetic surgical procedure. And it doesn't stop with women. Men also represent a significant portion of this percentage. What drives an entire population toward this behavior? It's social pressure, rigid aesthetic standards, the ruthless competition in the job market where appearance is a substratum of competence. Shocking fact number 2: one of the highest suicide rates in the developed world. This is a statistic that encapsulates a profound tragedy. South Korea has one of the highest suicide rates among developed nations. Over the past 2 decades, the number of people who decide to take their own lives has remained consistently high, with peaks reaching and surpassing 24,000 cases per year. Shocking fact number 3: labor slavery hidden behind Hallyu. Everyone loves K-pop, everyone loves K-dramas. But do you truly know what happens behind the scenes? Young people who dream of becoming K-pop idols often sign contracts that resemble Faustian bargains more than normal employment agreements. They spend years in training debt, live in crowded dorms. Their earnings are controlled by agencies. Their private lives are completely eliminated. Shocking fact number 4: the most brutal education system in the developed world. Academic pressure in South Korea is almost insurmountable for those not from that culture. Children begin facing a competitive education system from elementary school, but it reaches levels of pure intensity during high school. Students study for 12, 14, sometimes 16 hours a day. Shocking fact number 5: the invisible yet pervasive gender disparity. Despite South Korea being a technologically advanced nation, it remains extraordinarily sexist from a Western perspective. Women earn 30% less than men for the same job, one of the largest pay disparities in the developed world. After marriage and motherhood, many women are forced to abandon their careers, as if domestic responsibility were a professional death sentence. Shocking fact number 6: the obsession with race and insidious colorism. In South Korea, light skin is synonymous with beauty and social status. Tan skin is associated with manual labor, lower class, and ugliness. This has created a national obsession with skin-lightening products, high-protection sunscreens, and a hierarchy of beauty based on skin tone. If you are born with a darker complexion, you are considered less beautiful, less desirable, sometimes even less intelligent. This colorism permeates society from advertising to reality shows, from dating sites to casting agencies. Shocking fact number 7: the cost of technology and speed. South Korea is the country with the fastest internet speed in the world. It has 5G available in almost all urban areas. It has technological innovations that the rest of the planet won't see for years. But this progress comes at a price. Koreans live in a state of constant hyperconnection that creates anxiety, depression, and chronic smartphone addiction. Korean teenagers have some of the most severe internet addiction problems globally. Shocking fact number 8: the sex industry and invisible exploitation. In South Korea, according to estimates by human rights organizations, At least 100,000 women are involved in the sex trade. Many of them have been trafficked, coerced, or driven to prostitution by desperate economic circumstances. The Korean government theoretically has strict laws against the sex trade, but enforcement is weak and corrupt. The sex culture remains extremely repressive, with a hypocritical dichotomy between public morality and private reality. Shocking fact number 9. The invisible yet pervasive pollution. Despite the image of Seoul as a clean and modern city, South Korea faces serious environmental problems. The air is polluted, especially during the winter when air quality reaches dangerous levels for health. Part of this pollution comes from China, but much of it comes from local industries and vehicular pollution. The elderly and children suffer from increasingly severe respiratory problems. Shocking fact number 10. Unbridled consumerism and economic unsustainability. Koreans are among the most unbridled consumers on the planet. Fast fashion is a national obsession, with districts of Seoul completely changing their inventory every 2 weeks. The concept of owning designer bags, luxury shoes, and the newest model cell phones is so ingrained in society that personal debt remains extremely high. People go heavily into debt to maintain the appearance of success and social status. Shocking fact number 11. The lack of religious freedom and Protestant dominance. Although the Constitution guarantees religious freedom, South Korea remains culturally dominated by evangelical Protestantism, a legacy of 20th century American colonization. About 30% of the population is Protestant, and this religion has become intertwined with the Korean national identity. Other religions, particularly Islam and non-traditional Buddhism, face discrimination. Atheist Koreans are still viewed with suspicion, especially by older generations. Shocking fact number 12. The soccer obsession and stadium violence. Soccer, football, is a religion in South Korea. When the Korean national team plays, the city stops. Entire neighborhoods gather to watch the game on giant public screens. The support is frantic, passionate, sometimes violent. Korean ultras are known for their extreme intensity, for violence in the stadiums, for sectarian loyalty to their clubs. Shocking fact number 13. The military reputation and mandatory military service. All Korean males must complete mandatory military service, typically 21 months, between the ages of 18 and 35. This is a defining event in the life of every Korean man, and military service remains rigid, sometimes brutal, with hazing offenses widely documented. But the truly shocking thing is how this system perpetuates a militaristic culture and an ideology of permanent confrontation with North Korea. Shocking fact number 14. The importance of birth date and astrology integrated into society. In South Korea, your birth date determines your Korean zodiac year, and this has real and concrete consequences in life. If you're born in certain years, you are considered lucky or unlucky in love, work, and health. This astrological belief is not relegated to the margins of society. It is integrated into the mainstream. Employers consider the zodiac sign during hiring. People choose their partners partly based on astrological compatibility. Shocking fact number 15. The complex reality of the demilitarized zone and the ghost of reunification. The demilitarized zone between North and South Korea remains one of the most militarized borders on the planet. Western tourists rarely think about this when visiting South Korea, but the reality of division remains deeply integrated into the Korean national consciousness. Families have been separated by this imaginary line for more than 70 years. The possibility of war is always present. Bomb shelters are mandatory in apartment buildings. Civil defense drills happen regularly. Did you know these facts about South Korea? What do you think now? Leave a comment below and tell me your reaction. And above all, click the hype button right next to the like button. It's completely free, but for our channel it represents incredible support, and we are truly grateful. Finally, check out the recommended videos appearing on the screen right now. More shocking realities, more mysteries to discover, more hidden truths that will change the way you see the world await us. Thank you for spending this time with us. Keep discovering.